Imagine a game of chess, where Russia, Iran, and North Korea are the key players. Each of these nations is a significant global power, wielding a substantial military force. Russia, under the leadership of Vladimir Putin, is akin to a determined chess player, eyeing the board and strategizing for territorial expansion. This pursuit of land mirrors the objectives of Iran and North Korea, all three adopting aggressive foreign policies. The chessboard here symbolizes the global stage, where the pieces represent geopolitical interests and military might. Each player's moves are calculated, their strategies steeped in decades if not centuries of history and cultural context. The stakes are high and the potential for conflict looms like a thundercloud over this intense game. In this global chess game, the stakes are high, the moves are calculated, and the potential for conflict is ever present. Now picture this: Russia initiates a nuclear war, directing its first strike towards the UK and the USA. The world as know it changes in the blink of an eye. The deafening roars of nuclear detonations echo across the globe as cities that once bustled with life are instantly reduced to rubble. The immediate effects are catastrophic. Even though most of the incoming missiles are intercepted by air defenses, some still find their mark. Millions of lives are lost in the initial blasts, and countless more are affected by the radioactive fallout. Imagine Moscow, a city of over 12 million people, instantly transformed into a desolate wasteland. The iconic Red Square, a symbol of Russian power and history, rendered unrecognizable. Beyond the physical destruction, the human toll is loved ones lost, homes destroyed, entire communities wiped off the map. But the horror of nuclear warfare doesn't end with the initial blasts. The radioactive fallout spreads, contaminating water supplies, poisoning the soil, and rendering vast areas uninhabitable for centuries. The world watches in horror as the reality of nuclear war unfolds. In response to this unthinkable act of aggression, NATO springs into action. This alliance of 29 nations built on the principle of collective defense has prepared for this scenario. NATO's combined military might, technological superiority, and strategic planning come into play. Despite the devastating circumstances, NATO's response swift and decisive. Coordinated strikes target Russia's military infrastructure, neutralizing their nuclear capabilities and crippling their. The alliance's superior air power and advanced missile defense systems prove crucial in countering Russia's aggression and intercepting most of the first wave of missiles. NATO's strategic approach, coupled with the collective resolve of its member nations, gradually turns the tide of the war. Yet the cost of this conflict is immense. The world watches as once thriving cities are reduced to ruins, as landscapes are forever scarred by the destructive power of nuclear weapons. This is a war with no winners, only survivors. As the dust settles, the aftermath of this devastating conflict becomes clear, a world scarred by the horrors of nuclear warfare. In the wake of this cataclysmic event, one truth stands tall: Russia is defeated. Despite the initiation of nuclear war, Russia ultimately falls to the combined might of NATO. The reasons for this outcome are manifold. NATO, an alliance of 29 nations, wields a collective economic and military power that far surpasses that of Russia. This superior resource pool enables a swift and devastating response to Russia's aggression. Furthermore, global alliances come into play. Countries around the world alarmed by the nuclear threat rally in support of NATO, bolstering its ranks and resources. Yet, this is not a victory to cheer for. The aftermath of a nuclear war is a devastated world, a planet scarred and wounded, its people reeling from the horrors they've witnessed. In this grim scenario, the victor doesn't celebrate. The world, having paid a heavy price, is left to pick up the pieces. As we venture into this hypothetical yet chilling scenario, several key points emerge. We've explored the comparison of Russia with Iran and North Korea, recognizing the shared ambition of territorial expansion that these nations seemingly harbor. This comparison serves as a stark reminder of the global implications of such aspirations. We then delved into the horrifying potential of a nuclear war initiated by Russia. The devastation would be unimaginable, affecting not just the immediate combatants but the entire world. The fallout, both literal and figurative, would be felt for generations. Finally, we examined Russia's eventual defeat to NATO. Despite its initial aggression, Russia would not emerge victorious. This defeat highlights the strength of international alliances and the resilience of global unity. While this is a grim scenario to contemplate, it underscores the importance of diplomacy, cooperation, and peace in our increasingly interconnected world.